Hey y'all, back here with another one for another gaming chat for the Walking Dead survivors. Um, Obviously, it tells Jess we got more dogs in the world events, which is a good thing because we are pretty close to being out of them right now. In a lot of accounts, just based on the fact we had to do all the stuff to get the strongest survivor event going. So, gonna grab this bad boy right here first and foremost, and then we'll grab the other ones out of the other accounts because we got a epic and in the middle one, and we got a legendary in the other one. So we're gonna see the difference between these right now. Obviously, see how good and how bad they are for gets. Some of them could be bad, some of them could be good, depending. Obviously, your potential is, everything shown there for stuff, which I don't understand why they even give the resource stuff. It should just be animals only, honestly, and then the experience then. So, but anyway, so what do we actually get off of this is the question. All right, we got a dog, a sheep, and 20,000 experience along with 26 nails. Not bad for a rare, but could have been better. Could have been better because we usually gotten 3 off of those before. So anyway, moving on to account 2. This is one that has an epic in it, so we'll see the difference here between that and what we just grabbed there. I think this also has a rare in it too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that one. No, I was wrong. It had the rare for the deeds. All right, so what we're gonna do is gonna grab everything else then real quick, and then we'll do that last. So go ahead and grab all these, and then we'll grab this, which has a potential of 6, 5,000 experiences, and then again all the animals and the other stuff. Okay, there it goes. I just took forever to do as it was. All right. So again, we'll use our F1 to grab this and use F4 to grab the other one since it has the most experience or some most stamina left in it right now. So let's see. All right, we got 3 dogs and 6,000 experience. See, this is what we need to have right here, like this kind of mix right there. And I think that that's actually all the dogs I have in this particular account right now. Now I think about it. Yep, I was right. Because I used them all up the last time around, what it was for the thing to get an actual 9 then, which I already had a 9 in this, but then again, it didn't jump into a 10, just came back to another 9, which sucked ass, but, fucking RNG sometimes. It'll really get you. There ain't much you can really do about that, unfortunately. So, anyway, grab that real fast. And then finish off with our final one. And we'll see the difference between all the other ones then in this one. Alright, we got an hour and 20 minutes for that now. Okay, so this is the one I was talking about. We got a legendary and we got a rare in there. So we will grab the legendary and we'll grab the rare with the first 2. And then we'll simply grab that one, the third one. do these ones real quick. And let's see, equipment with the forge. Grab that. Grab this. And I don't think that lasts. Well, I guess I can. All right, grab that one. All right, so let's see. The epic had 3. Let's see if the legendary has more or less than that in there. Nope, had the same amount and gave us 25 cloths and 150,000. So, not always. Well, actually, different. Actually, I should say difference between those two was you had that epic give off 3 dogs, the legendary gave off 2 dogs, and a sheep plus 50,000 experience. So, and then the rare gives us a dog, a cow, and 10k worth of experience. Yeah, not bad actually. That's decent for what it is. I do really appreciate them finally bringing these into here because, like I said, it allows people like me who are 100% free to play players in this game have the ability to actually get more animals that we definitely need to re-up our resources and stuff like that. Since you only have, those little bits of every single day. You got, like I said, 3 of the Shibas. You get 4 of the Rottweilers, and you get 3 of the Huskies. Or no, yeah, wait, 4 Huskies. 3 hit now. Now it's 4 Rottweilers, 4 Huskies, 3 Shibas, a Angus steer, and a shuffled. And then of course you get your 5,000 experience, 100 rubies, and 50k experience. Plus, if you do the animal thing, you get the skills. Which I really wish I had realized this early on, because there were entire days I didn't do that at all. And I know for a fact I definitely missed out on at least probably like a good couple of weeks worth of those when it came to just not doing them because I didn't have the uh, smarts and wherewithal to just put 20 of the um where's that here now for the animal skills to get my uh barn up there so that I could actually have the ability to go grab these 21s and just buy a 20 for a cattle driver or something else like that, and then just re-up into the actual animals is what it is then, because obviously if you do that, you can then go over here and do that thing and then choose your skill set. If you have one on hand or if you just buy one or whatever, then you can confirm that and rechange it as what it is then. And you'll get that for the day. So that's just something out there. The people that don't haven't played the game yet or brand new to the game is what it is. Keep a 3-star cow just for that purpose is what it is. So you can have something to put something into and you can actually just keep rotating is what it is. And as long as you're doing that on a daily basis, you're able to get much better in the game. You're able to get much faster into the game, and you're actually able to do more with your animals, with your dog kennel, with your uh, sheepfold, and with your cattle barn. Which I know for a fact that it takes a while to get the dog kennel up and running, and then it's not until like the level after that is where you can actually get like a sheep or a cattle barn then. But yeah, you want to get to those levels, which I want to say is 18, to get that done. Because if you're not getting that done, you're not getting ahead in this game, and you're basically forced then to pay every single time that you want to do a skill set. Not only is 600 for the actual animal, but it's also like another 400 for the random skills or the lowest skills in that. Unless you're going to go higher than that and you're going to buy like these crazy ass skills and you're going to pay to win. Which even then, if you're buying the rare skills, you're not even getting ahead because those can't equate into epic and legendary skills. You're basically having to pay, 16,000 rubies or more into these epic skills if you're not being able to pull them just to basically get ahead, or even worse, you're paying 50,000 rubies into a lot of these lessers, and then obviously 150,000 rubies into the stuff like, damage reduction and stuff like that, or 200,000 into stuff like that right there. The melee attack speed for plus a million is what it is. And yeah, unless you're gonna pay to win, that you're never getting to that point, dude, ever. So it's not even worth it. And you're much better off to, especially if, as a free to play player, do this for a couple days, do the 400 or whatever the case be, and then as soon as you get to that cattle barn, start buying 20s, start buying 40s. Particularly just buy these the tow ritter, the between the eyes and the cattle driver off and on throughout the days is what it is. You'll eventually accumulate a bunch of them is what it'll be then. And if you want to spend the 40, then spend the 40 on the construction cattle or the animal pack, because those are fine too, or the clever cattle thing as well would be the other one. But yeah, my suggestion, obviously, though, for free to play, go for the cheapest ones possible there, and you're going to get ahead eventually. That being said, if you really want to pay to win there, you can do the 3,000 for 12 minutes of construction upgrades, or you know 12 minutes of construction time down or whatever it is. Same thing here, 12 minutes there, and it's not bad. These ones I don't really think are worth it because you can actually pull those. And I've actually pulled quite a few of even these cattle ups and stuff like that that are the 100 and stuff, or the beat ups and stuff that'll add 100 or add a 30% to your training speed, or it's the legendary cattle driver things that'll add the 100 trainers to your things what it is then. So yeah, it's not worth it to pay the 5,000 for those, and it sure shit ain't worth it to pay 90,000 or 120,000 for those other ones there. So anyway. But yeah, it's just a suggestion of what should be done in the game, how you get ahead in the game, and basically what's best for you if you're a free to play player in the game, because you're obviously have a limited amount of rubies to start with, unless you're going to buy these packs and stuff like that, which most aren't. And eventually, it's going to become a thing where you're essentially having to spend rubies to get ahead. And if you can't do that, you're not going to have a good time, is what it is. So oh, and now that I say that, before we leave here, I'm actually going to go and talk about who is sending me stuff that I did not ask for. Oh, okay, it was Jeff sending me veggies. That's okay. That's cool. I'll take those. As long as he's not sending me like meat and stuff that I'm already like running high on and stuff like that's what it is. So, but yeah, now that we showed that, they're apparently doing a new one at some point here. Looks like today. So let's see what the new version right now. Is that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's the 9th. Sorry, my eyesight's a little messed up right now. Okay, so it would be tomorrow, aka after reset, which would be reset is 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So this would be that would be midnight would be 00s. So or yeah, 8 o'clock would be 00s. So 4 o'clock is midnight, 5 o'clock is 1 a.m. So that would be 1 a.m. to 3 or to 4 a.m. would be the reset for this. And that's what we were talking about the other day, where you'll have the Trouble Hunt come into play. You'll have Clan Legends become Thriving Forces as of Season 7. And you'll also have Reset Metal be added to the store, as well as that Rogue Truck be added to 6 for the Cumulative Top Up event. Which, for those that don't know what that is, by the way, I'm going to show you guys that right now, actually. This right here is a Cumulative Top Up event, which is basically, as you see there, you have different skins. You can get, various things. Here's what it is. For X amount of dollars paid into it, or you can get a bunch of medals for your brokery. The thing is, though, when you're doing these things, you're paying money to get a bunch of rubies, is what it is. And you're basically having to buy anywhere from 1,000 to 4,000, 10,000, etc. Eventually, you're spending hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, to get up into this 30,000 right here, or not 30,000, 300,000. Because the 200,000 you'll get, and this is what I'm saying. Like this is where they really do give more money to pay to wins, is what it is. Because if you're spending this kind of money, this is basically what you're getting. You're getting entire sets of dog skills for epics. You're getting entire sheep skills. You're getting entire skill sets for your other dog or your other animals, and then of course you're getting those ones which are also putting the sheep and stuff like that. So yeah, you're getting a ton of stuff is what it is. And then you're also getting all of this stuff right here as well in these, which is another set of dog stuff across the board. You got one for the cows, and then you have another for the cows right there. And the last thing would be your bullet production for the thing. The one thing that does piss me off about this game, actually, and this is something I've realized in the last like several weeks or so, is for some reason the RNG for the bullet production things on the where's it here now? On these particular skill sets right here is pretty much non-existent. Like the second that you will upgrade these damn sheep, where it has like a bullet thing in the second thing there or whatever, or even in the first one for that matter, like the second that I would combine two of these three level threes into a level four, then this immediately goes away and just never comes back ever. And it's a bunch of shit, dude. Because when you look at the skill sets that actually are involved in these now, like obviously I have 9 of 10 right now because that one's not active because it's the exact same thing as this one right here. But the entire point is though, and then even going to the other one that I popped into a 10 now, you have, you know, a little bit of wood upgrade and then some other stuff here, but yeah, like it's a bunch of lumber reduction, or it's, you know, uh veggie reduction, etc. there when it should be bullet production, and it sucks to not have that now. Which for those interested, I'm going to combine those 10s into an 11 at some point here in the near future, probably in the next day or so. I'll probably do this and this into a 10 then, or into hopefully an 11 then. I'm assuming they'll probably come back as a 10 for all I know, but it would be nice if they did come back as an 11. So, but yeah, going back to what I was saying though, about cumulative upkeep though, you're essentially paying crazy amounts of money to get ahead in this game. Because even just to get, you know, a 20,000 right there, if I were to buy that right now, you're talking about, you know, literal hundreds of dollars right now just to get that. And it's not worth it, man. So you're talking about it would cost 20 this particular one for 20,000. It would cost 10,000 gold bars. The lowest 10,000 gold bars, $100 right now. So, yeah, definitely not worth it, dude. So you're talking about if you were to buy the most expensive one, which is 10,000. So you're talking about, or sorry, which is 100,000 there. The vault thing there is $1,000 fucking. So in order to get, where was I at now? Let's see. So you're getting 200,000 rubies, or no, sorry, 300,000 rubies to get the actual thing right here. 200,000 to get that. So in order to get either one of those, so 200,000, 300,000, you would be spending, let's see, 20K, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay, so you'd have to do 15 of these then. So that means you would have to buy one of these and one of these. So you're spending $1,500 to get that, dude. Are people fucking retarded? Like that's the question I have, dude. Seriously. If you have that kind of money to blow on this game, dude, like you're fucking retarded. If you're doing that. There is no way, dude. There is absolutely no way. And that again goes back to the problem when it comes to people's priorities in a capitalist society. Not that there's anything wrong with capitalism. It's just that cronyism that becomes of it is what it is. When you have stupid people spending money like that when they could be, helping feed kids and stuff like that, or anything else for that matter, helping struggling families like mine, etc. So anyway, that's about where we're at for the day, though. Yeah, I never realized it was that much for that. So you're talking about anybody that does that to get that cumulative upkeep, $1,500, $1,500 to get enough stuff to get those rubies. Fucking nuts, dude. Absolute insanity. And like I said, I've heard of people from some of the other people in this game, and I think it was season 1 or 2, that there were people spending $10,000 a month on this game, and I'm just like, who is doing that? Like, who can afford to do that? It's nuts, dude. It really is. It's just completely psychotic. But anyway, that's about where we're at for the day, though. Hope you guys enjoyed this update, this animal get, etc., etc. I'll be back for some more later on, probably. Probably not, maybe not today, actually, but probably the next day or two is my guess, honestly. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll be back here probably tomorrow with another grandstand then, unless something crazy happens tonight, and we'll do something like later on tonight, maybe, or something. But yeah, most likely it'll be a something tomorrow then. And now that we know that we can basically fuck off at, midnight or so without it being an issue, I'm assuming that that update, honestly, since it says it'll be basically 1 to 4 a.m. my time, I would assume it's not going to be until about 6 a.m. that it'll be done. So now that we're going to look at stuff right now, we're actually going to go look at what is coming up in game tomorrow for the challenges here. I should say tomorrow. I should say tonight is what it would be then. All right, so right now we're in a grab event until noon. Then it'd be 4 to 8. You would have, or sorry, 12 to 4 would be the build, research, kill, and then it would be 4 to 8 would be a radio grab. So from 8 to midnight, we would do a build, train, animal, train, and then you'd have a radio right after that. Is what it would be. Okay, so potentially you would have like a roughly an hour to get your radio stuff done, and then it would be for the other 3 hours it would be done, and potentially we would go into the research, train, animal, train tomorrow then for that. So that kind of does suck a little bit if it takes more than 3 hours, because that'll eat up our time for that 4 hour block then. But you can get those done in like roughly about an hour or two, give or take. I think I did all 3 of mine once in like 30 minutes or so, but that was really, really easy to do because you're basically just combining like the strongest dogs possible, and it takes like 2 minutes to do that. But if you have to do it like outside of that, it takes like 10 to 15 minutes usually when you're combining dogs and doing other stuff then. So, but yeah. So that's pretty much where we're at, though, is what it is. So but we'll definitely be back later on then. Hopefully get all that stuff done. Hopefully it won't take more than a few hours to get that updated then. And then yeah, we'll be good to roll then for the new preview thing here, which will be, like I said, you're gonna get the triple, or yeah, triple hunt, and then you would get clan legends becoming thriving forces as of season 7, and in season 7 you're gonna have obviously uh your missions won't need to be claimed, and the task tokens will have been omitted from the event entirely. As it continues on to say here, it says along with task token ranking and its reward. So that would be the second one I talked about. Was either yesterday or a couple days ago, where it would be that one you can buy for 2,000 rubies right now. Like those are going to be gone completely from that, and then you'd basically have a maximum number of times you can complete whatever missions there are, which is actually nice because of the fact that I'm guessing it's like basically, given the fact that a lot of these are based on survival challenge stuff or whatever, I'm assuming it's basically one per survival challenge. So that'd be if you're talking about a 4-hour block for that event. You're talking about essentially 6 of them per event potentially, and then you'd be able to get the mission sheet to increase that number and stuff. So what we'll really be talking about for then would be going back to our survival challenge here. It would probably be most likely you would have the 6 for the goldens. So you'd have your gold chest gets or whatever would now be limited to 6 potentially. And some of those times that's fine because most of the time you're not getting all 6 if you're free to play like I am. But there are other times you'd basically be getting the 5K or 5 million, and then also uh the 12 million stuff, which obviously this one's a 13 million right now for this particular event, but most of the time it's 12 million, and it would be getting the Pamela fragments then. So that would definitely be, I think, worth it if you're gonna do those. There's a couple things like that. So it'd be like, two that way or whatever twice in a thing. And then it'd be like another like one here or there is what it would be then for like, I don't know, maybe like a radio event or something. So anyway, I really hope that they bring back those limited time ones again very soon because it kind of sucks just having these three and that's it for the dailies. I would like very, very much to have the Magna ones back, and I can hopefully get Magna again. I say that mostly because of the fact that I almost have enough fragments for her in this particular account because I need 2 more grabs of her ass to be able to get the full set. And then I need, I think, 1 more grab in the network account is what it is. And this one I need a whole bunch of grabs for Jesus and a handful of grabs for Carl right now is what it would be. So it would be 10, 20, like 5 more grabs for Carl on that then. And then around the same for Dwight as well. And then eventually we can get Adventurer Laura if we can grab her again out of the main one there. So, but yeah, the ones we would want to get obviously would be Teenager Carl, Magna, and Jesus, along with Dwight, which can't be got unless it's limited time ones. We can basically get Adventurer Laura's. We got enough for fragments out of that first one there. And then obviously your Peta ones would be Michonne, Glenn, Ezekiel, and Yumiko, and I believe that Season Rick isn't something now during the limited time ones, but I can't remember which one it is. Which we haven't, pulled any of him yet, but it's what it is at this point, honestly. It's whatever. I'd much rather just have Carl, honestly, at this point, because then we could basically combine Carl and Sniper Andrea for at least a little bit of time anyway. Which I'm still debating if I want to do anything with her at some point. If I eventually do get my fifth formation from having the thing up to 25 here, and I believe eventually you will get a fifth formation from that when your libraries are up to 5 or whatever then, or up to 25 I should say, you get like a fifth square, whatever it is there. If we do eventually get a fifth square, I would like to have some some kind of a fifth set of people. I'm not sure what it would be right now. If it would be like Andrea Carl, or if it'd be maybe like a Magna Jesus something or other one, maybe like a Magna Jesus and Connie mix or something, or potentially like a governor with Pamela and maybe like, you know, Negan as that trifecta, or even have, Negan and John with Dwight if we can get him, and have the Saviors trios, what would be. So, there's all kinds of different ones you could basically get, but it's a matter of time of actually getting them, would be the question right now for that. And unfortunately, we don't have those yet in any really account right now. We don't have them here. Well, I should say we have to wait in the main account. That's it. We don't have to wait in the second account. We don't have to wait in the third account. What it would be. We just need to get them there. We obviously need to get them over here as well in the second account because right now, did I get him actually recently? Oh no, I guess I did get him recently. I'm sorry. I did get the 50th one for him the other day. So yeah, we do have him in the second account now, and I'm eventually going to make him to something then. But yeah, like I said earlier, we got almost got Magna on this one too at 45 and 50, and then we got 36 and 50 Carls. So we need like 15 more of him to be able to get him out of there. And then we did get one Rick in this recently, so we need to get 45 more. So that'd be 9 more Rick pulls then out of those events. But yeah, eventually I'm thinking about right now if I can get Magna in this account. So when you're able to pull Magna, which would be the last 5 things needed, it would be her, it would be Jesus, and then it would be um, Connie would be that trio, I believe. Because right now you can basically have Connie and Magna as a potential trio in the future. And then obviously I'm not going to pay money for Yumiko to be that third person in it. So you'd basically have Jesus take over that third person role then is what it would be. And I think that would be worth it, honestly, just based on that alone. And trying to figure out how to get the hell out of here now. Damn it, why are you not wanting to take me back? There you go. Okay. So yeah, I would like to have something like that maybe as like a 3-man team. Like even if Jesus technically doesn't go with the others though, it would be nice to have like a 3-person team there as like a 5th set or whatever then. And then again, we could also go with, obviously Pamela and Governor, and then eventually the Negan set would be as well on that. So, or again, you could go, John, 2-star Negan at some point here when we get all our stuff for the season, and then eventual 1-star Dwight, which I'm thinking about that right now, honestly, seriously, because of how we have Dwight right now. I'm thinking about just upping him to a 1-star with a lot of the fragments from this season, and just starting out like a Saviors trio or something. Then again, on that same side of things, I could also do that same exact thing to Jesus though, and have him be up to at least a 1-star is what it would be then. But then again, it's like, okay, so if I have that, like, what would he be good in? Is what it would be, and it's like, do I really want to do that and have him be, potentially with a 2-star Connie and then something else or whatever, or be like a 3 or third man or whatever in like a weird trio of something? Since technically Jesus only exists in one trio, which would be the Michonne Ezekiel trio for the Elite Warriors. And when you don't have that, you're sort of shit out of luck, is what it is then. Now that we have our thing just propped off here, we'll be doing that real quick. But yeah, it's really not fun, honestly, because it's like a situation where you're like, okay, well, I have this, but what do I do now, kind of thing. And I'm hoping that they actually eventually release another set of uh, trio chemistry characters or whatever that involve Jesus, because that would be nice, I think, honestly. And he would actually be worthwhile to have then as like a backup character to something else, then, if that'd be the case. So, but yeah, as of right now, he's basically not worth doing anything with. And I think Dwight would definitely be more of a, okay, I have this as a possible trio for the Saviors. Like, what do I do now, kind of thing with it. And I think that might be worth it to just do it that way then. But who the hell knows? So, yeah, I'm really debating on that one, honestly, right now. Like, what do I want to do there? But yeah, only time will tell. And I think that's about it for today, though, because my signal's starting to drop out. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day on that one. I'm going to finish up these um, supply runners off cameras, what it is. And then we'll basically go from there. And waiting to see exactly how much time we have left right now, about 4 minutes. So I'm actually going to do something right now, which is going to be running the gambit, as I like to call it here, which would be taking a dude and making sure to get that quicker. So actually just winning a walker fight is what it is there. And that way we can get those really quick then. Actually, that's the one problem with a lot of these low end trader things is it takes well, the problem is it takes 100 to fucking redo that third one then. And it eats up like so many of your rubies just so fast in like one shot there. Like if you have like a couple thousand, like you're talking about, like doing that, 4, 5, 6 times a day from these events, and yeah, it just sucks. It really does because it just eats up your resources in just like such a quick fashion. I just want to see who's actually on right now. That should be updating here in a sec. I think maybe. Hmm. Weird. Thinking maybe go to another account real quick and then come back to that and see if it doesn't proc then on the re-entry or whatever then. So since obviously this one did earlier. And then like I said, we have roughly about a day and 2 hours left on this. We got a day and 2.5 hours left on that. So these will pretty much be in the next like 8 hours or so, downed to nothing, with that 31 hours and that 1,000 and stuff like that. Because that is not with 31 hours, you also have that 1,000. So that's like another, see, 68, 300, 600, 900. About another 16 hours, 16 and a half hours, I believe is what it is actually, with that 1,000 set of minutes there. And then almost another 5 hours with that 294 is what it is then. So you're talking about potentially another 21 hours pretty much with that. So you're talking about 50-ish hours, give or take, worth of stuff. So most likely that'll all be burned through um, in the next, like I said, give or take about 4 hours or so. And by then, those will obviously be less than a day at that point. That'll be about 22 hours, give or take. This will also be roughly about 22 hours or so. And yeah, so we'll have, I think it's 55 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that. I want to say one of them's 50, I can't remember if that one's 55 or it's one of the other ones. This one might be like 15 to 20 actually before it procs then. But even still, so you're essentially talking about, let's figure that out then. So that'd be 22 hours, about 20 hours worth of speed ups there needed, and then about roughly the same here. So yeah, those will definitely be done by the end of the day. And then we'll be starting out our level 25 right here. So that'll be how that'll go. And then eventually, in about 40 days from now, give or take, we will have level 25 sharpshooter or level. Yeah, we'll have that as level 25 and be able to produce level 9 sharpshooters then. And at the same time, we will have obviously this will be gone in about a week or so. And then this will be activated, which will take about 2 weeks or so to finish off. I think it's about 16 to 17 days, give or take, to get that all the way done. This in 5 or just under 7 days will be dealt with, and we'll be doing our meat locker then the 25, which will take again about 16 to 17 days to do. So those will both be finished before or right around the time the season ends, I believe is what it is. And then you will have all that stuff basically lead into then we will start our production for our 25 for the um, stable and our 25 for our fire station, which will obviously lead to level 9 cavalry and level 9 uh, melee, respectively, in this account. And then it'll be several months from now, is what will happen when it comes to everything in the open account, because that's again like several months behind is what it is right now. When it will start, I think it was like 2 months after the other ones. So you'll have this basically become eventually in give or take about 2 weeks from now, we will have this 25 town hall done, and then from there, we will be working on the level 25 uh, butcher shop, a level 25 well, and a level 25 I'm trying to even figure out where that's at right now in here. It would be the 25 veggie garden, and then eventually it would be from there. You'd have the veggie barn and everything else done then after that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Going halfway into season 4 right now, and like almost all the way into season 5 it would be after this. Then is that sometime in season 5 you will have my third account be all the way up to the point where it's producing T9s. By then, my first 2 accounts will already be producing stuff across the board, and you will have such better improvements after that then, because hopefully by then, in all 3 of these accounts, we would then actually be able to have enough of the, um, whatchamacallits there to be able to get what we actually need to get, which would be going over here. You would have enough flasks in our possession then that we could actually finish off one of these all the way down through all of this and that, and eventually all the way down to this. But then again, in that same vein of things, it's going to take all those times what we're doing all that stuff to also do our lumber yard up to 25, which would be having one of our uh yeah, we have one of our lumber yards to 25, we have our lumber storage up to 25 then, because in order to get this to 25, you eventually have to do that. Then is what it is. Because right now we're working on 24 with this, and it'll be another month right now to get this done up to level 24, and then it'll be from there. You would have to do all the lumber stuff to get that up to 25. So, and most likely what will happen is, as things sit right now, this is basically working on our tactical camp for just really no other reason. We don't have anything else we can do right now with it. So you'll essentially have all this stuff basically turn into other stuff is what it'll be then. And I may end up doing this one actually in a couple hours down to what you call it, instead of, spending time doing the 25 town hall then, because it doesn't really matter either way. Like, it's eventually going to get done, obviously. And the big thing there is that while all of these are getting done, we're then obviously going to do the, the lumberyard 25 then as well, which again will take, until we get town hall 25, which I think this is about almost a month to do this then as well. So you're talking about this having to be about a month then right now. This will be done. I think actually what we'll do is probably we'll do it like this actually. So you'll have this will be procced in give or take about 2 weeks right now. Obviously what we have right now in hand. And then what we'll end up doing is we will have the town hall go into one of these builds, most likely the butcher shop build. You'll have this build right here that's on the tactical camp for the next couple days. Will go into most likely the well build, so that'll be 2 there. You'll have this one right here, which is the third one, go into either the lumber yard or the um the veggie garden, and then you'll have, I'm trying to figure this out right now. I have a fifth one here someplace, and I can't remember where it's at right now. Let me see now. Okay, so the meat locker will actually just go back into itself then. So you'll have the one that's on the meat locker right now. That'll go back into the butcher shop at level 24 to have that become a 25. And then you will have the it go back into the locker after that then to make the locker at 25 then eventually. So that'll basically continue on as itself. and then you'll have, like I said, the town hall. We'll go into the other stuff. So that's two. The bar will go into one of the other builds, and then the tactical camp will go into one of the other builds. So essentially, what will happen in 5 days? You'll basically have this do nothing for a couple of days. It'll be because again, we're still be working on the town hall then. So most likely, we'll actually have this build up another tactical camp for a couple of days or whatever the case be. Or we might do our cattle barn or our sheffield. Most likely, we'll actually do this though because it'll take about a week to do this then if that be the case, and we'll have a 23 dog kennel then, so we can produce a couple more. And really, what the reason is for doing that dog kennel up there then is if we actually get our bunch of dogs eventually, then we want to have a couple extra spots for that, set of dogs. Then is what it is. And again, there's really nothing more you can do there. Is what it is. Like there's no real, reason to have anything else than that. And it essentially gives us the ability as well to do, a couple days worth of things or whatever the case be, while we're waiting on this to basically proc to eventually do the other stuff then. So yeah, eventually a couple months from now we'll definitely have this all done. And most likely it'll be, I would say probably August would be my best guess right now for when this will actually be producing T9s all the way around. And actually not wait, did I say August? Yeah, because it takes 40 days to do these ones, so that would be, I'm trying to figure that out now. So let me think about this right now. So that'd be okay. So it'll be done in about 2 weeks. So that'd be end of May, almost end of May, like 22nd to 24th, someplace in there. And then we would start these ones, which would be about a month or so almost. So that'd be, see, 30 days. So that'd be like almost into June then. And then another 2 weeks on top of that. So that would be mid July. So okay, so this will basically, so from my thought process right now, it'll probably be mid July is when the police station, fire station, and stable will actually be started up to level 25. And that'll be an almost 40-day process there. So you'd have, see, mid July. So probably more like mid August to late August would be probably a better time period to guesstimate right now. Depending, obviously, if we get a whole bunch of speed ups by then and stuff. Because again, that's what basically always determines shit is like how many speed ups you have, how long you can get things done. And when you have, days worth of speed ups and whatnot, you eventually do get stuff done, is what it is. And you can shave off, anywhere from like 12 hours to an entire day off of stuff. And when you do that, obviously it, downs your timeline of things a little bit different here and there is what it is. Of course, when you add, events like what we're doing right now with Supply Runner here, and you can actually get stuff you need from this, like particularly any kind of speed up stuff. Then you actually get what you need to get. Then, particularly, we want obviously these kind of speed ups right here, which would be the construction speed ups, and then you can actually do what needs to be done. Then is what it is. So, okay, so we're gonna do a double reward, do that thing. And what do we actually land on there? Oh, nice. Legendary combat medals. So we got 4 of those then, apparently. And yeah, when you can actually get the stuff the correct way then in these events, you can actually get better overall results, than is what it is, compared to other things it'll be then. And then you actually just have more things you can rely upon and whatnot, and actually be able to, up your counts and what have you. So it does kind of piss me off a little bit to notice I have like 13,700 healings right now and only like 500 construction, and that really does tell. That's one thing I kind of wish that they would do in this game, though. In some cases, is like, okay, I don't want all these, health speed ups, or whatever the case be. Like, I'd like to, trade those off, or whatever the case be. If they like 2 for 1, where it was like put 2 minutes of these or whatever to get like 1 minute of this back or something, I'd be okay with that, man. Because at least then you're getting what you actually want or need at the time or whatever then. And it's not like, you're just scrambling to do whatever then, or you're having to go into game and then buy the stuff or whatever, because that's even more pain in the ass then. But yeah, either way, like I said, that'll be probably like mid to late August then when I finally get all these things ready to roll and be able to produce, all the way up into, T9s and hopefully into T10 eventually then. And by then, hopefully, we'll actually have, this to 25 almost. And then we can actually finally get, the technology all the way down into that ultimate thing then and be able to finally get shit done then to where we can actually just start producing T10s all the way around then if that be the case. And if that be the case then, and we actually can do that by then, that'll be excellent because knowing that it took us just over a year to get all that way to that thing is pretty cool. That being said, though, knowing how many flash you'll need to do that stuff, I don't see it happening. I think it's probably going to be like probably 2024 before we actually are able to get all that done then, just based on how few flasks they actually give out for events and whatnot, and how many it takes to get that stuff done then. So, that being said, that same vein of things, we could also, hopefully finish up the rest of our stuff there, get our 80s up to, 100 then for those events there, and then eventually get our F4s, get all the fives done there, which will obviously take, a few days to do a piece. And then eventually, stuff like this right here, which will take, several days to uh, several weeks, like in the thing here where it's like almost 12 days for that. And then obviously these will take a couple days a piece then after that. So, and then it's like, a week or so after that for I think the second ones and stuff. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens though. But yeah, it'll be a fun experience either way. And I look forward to documenting most of it here is what it is. And at the same time, I'm planning on doing other stuff as what it is as well with my main account, my secondary account then. And hopefully by then, at least one of those, hopefully the main here, will actually have what needs to be had, which would be, getting up to T10 and stuff like that. Because my plan right now obviously is, if I can keep getting it done right now, I plan on, just doing what needs to be done there to continue on this. And as soon as I can get more of the flasks and stuff, I will immediately be back down, finishing this off to 5. And then eventually, starting this bad boy up to 1, and then hopefully all the way down there and whatnot. And then eventually it'll be this guy, which, as it shows here, I don't know that it actually will need any of the flasks since it doesn't actually show any there. It just shows the other stuff. Oh no, sorry, it doesn't flasks. Okay, yeah, that's the one thing I missed at the bottom there. So yeah, it'll need 5,000 flasks to do that. So you'll talk about 5,000 there. So 5,000 here, another 220 for this one, up to potentially all the way to 5 is what it would be then. Or no, sorry, it'd be up to 10, up to 10. So if we're talking about 220, then it probably multiplies every single time. She's done by another 440, 660, 880, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that'll be taking fucking forever then, dude. That shit, man. That's gonna be so fucking ridiculous to get all the way there then. Lord. And this is again the problem. It's this kind of shit right here that's keeping everybody down, man. And it basically goes back to that pay to win mentality because it's like, oh, I can just pay to win now. I can just do it that way. I can just pay, 8,400 rubies right now to get that done, and let's get it done right now or whatever. And or it's going into your stuff here, it would be going into the merit shop there and paying 20,000 per one out of 5, so you're paying 100,000 for 5 of them then, which is not sustainable, dude. It's just not. Like, it's ridiculously overpriced for what it is. This should be 2,000 at most, honestly, for each one of these. There should be never a thing where it's 20K, dude. That is fucking ridiculous. That's absolute insanity, is what that is. especially when you have Negan that are 100k a piece right there for their frags. Which I actually bought one of these one time. I kind of regret it this time though, honestly, doing so, just based on how I did this, how I was able to do it there. Actually, now that we're here, we're gonna get a little bit of money here for our clan points and stuff. And let's see, grab our Rick stuff there. And then we'll do our supply rush here while we're still here is what it is then, I guess. All right, so I got a 3. And after this, I'm going to go take a nap for a little while. Tomatoes. And of course, it gives me a fucking 5-minute countdown clock. Yeah, it's not worth it to burn through any of those then. So I think we'll call it a day with that actually, and just wait the 5 minutes to let that go through then, and do it after the fact then. But anyway, wait, did we ever do our grabbing this or not? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Okay, so do our grab here. Let us get the 30 medals for the season. Get our stuff for everything else there. Obviously, we have first aid pass. It'll be another 200 for that then. Yeah, the one thing I'm looking forward to actually in the next few days here would be when this thing starts procking off in 5 days, 6 days, and 10 days respectively. Because when we can get that 5 and that 5 day and that 6 day specifically with that 1,000 rubies, and then obviously uh, getting the salvage keys at the end there will be really really nice. Not to mention having 400 rubies and 500 rubies respectively out of those two as well on the 55 and the 60-day boxes. So, but yeah, this is one thing if you're ever playing the game when it comes to daily supply run, this is something you need to be here for to get every day's rewards so you can get that 60 and get all these boxes of stuff, dude, because obviously we've had the other ones before. We got our 200 there, got our 200 here, got our 300 there, recently got our 300 here, and so forth and so on. And it's 100% worth it, man, because it allows you to reinvest in yourself and be able to get more supplies to continue on to play as what it is then. So just like the same thing with competing in clan events there, because you're able to get everything up to that point, and then you're able to get other stuff. Like we're just gonna buy another construction speed up right now. And now we have 40 of those going into today for the next event here, which most likely we will use on this guy right here. And we have that at pretty much almost 2 days down on that right now, if we would use all these up right now. So, yeah, we're definitely going to have this done in, several more days faster than what it currently is. And by then, we'd actually have the ability to do things the right way. And we're going to double build then, because we're going to have not only our T9 cavalry building up, we would then obviously have our T9 melee as well that we'd be able to work on. And eventually we'd be able to have, every set of formations that much more powerful and that much more able to get things done and be able to carry for the clan is what it is. Because right now that should be the actual ultimate goal if you're in an active clan, is if you're able to get more powerful, it means that you can help carry other people and you can help them get more powerful eventually by helping them get more rewards and having them eventually use that same stuff to do what needs to be done there to build up their own forces so that you can all basically be T9s and then eventually T10s in this game. And by then, hopefully, you will actually have an extremely powerful clan whose power is at minimum 100 million or more, if not several hundred million, then, without having to pay to win. Now, granted, it's going to take you a year or two to get it done then, most likely, but even still, that time investment is worth it, I believe. And it's really as simple as that. With that being said, that's where we're going to end off today's stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'll be back again for another one of these, most likely as well, another grandstand at some point in the future. Not sure of the topic right now offhand. It all depends what comes about. I know I got a couple that I was supposed to be doing ones on that I never really felt like doing them on then. Mostly because eventually it just became whatever then. But yeah, those will eventually be uploaded to something else, probably most likely different topics then that come about here. And other than that, though, that's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all in the next one.